every December, as Christmas lights turn on across the Philippines and families prepare Noche Buena, one fear quietly creeps into millions of minds. What if an earthquake hits while we're all together? Social media posts spread rumors. Random pages claim a big quake is coming on December 25th. Some people even share fake predictions with exact dates and times. It feels scary, it feels urgent, but is any of it actually true? Let's confront this fear head-on. The first and most important truth is this: no one on Earth can predict the exact day and hour of an earthquake. Not on December 1st, not on December 25th, not on any specific date. Seismologists can identify dangerous faults, high-risk regions, and long-term probabilities. But they cannot say there will be a magnitude 7 at 3 p.m. on Christmas Day. Anyone who claims that is either misinformed or deliberately lying. So if earthquakes cannot be predicted to the exact day, why do people still feel that December is somehow cursed? Part of it comes from painful memories. Filipinos remember deadly typhoons, Christmas storms, and tragedies that struck during the holiday season. When the heart remembers trauma, the brain starts to connect events that are actually unrelated. A normal tremor in December suddenly feels like a sign that something worse is coming. Fear turns into superstition, but this is where science becomes your shield instead of your enemy. Around the world, seismologists track hundreds of thousands of earthquakes every year. Most are so small that nobody feels them. Only a few become big disasters. When experts analyze global data, one pattern is very clear. Earthquakes do not prefer certain months or days. They don't target December. They don't aim for Christmas. They occur when enough stress has built up along a fault, and that trigger has nothing to do with dates on a calendar. Does that mean December is automatically safe? No. The Philippines is on the Pacific Ring of Fire. This means there is always some level of earthquake risk. Every day of the year: January, July, December, weekdays, holidays. The risk on December 25th is not zero, but it's also not magically higher just because it's Christmas. The danger is constant, not seasonal. So why make a video about December 25th at all? Because fear loves silence. When nobody explains what's really going on, fake posts, hoaxes, and doomsday predictions fill the gap. They get likes and shares, they go viral. And suddenly, thousands of people cannot sleep, worrying about a guaranteed Christmas earthquake that is based on nothing. Your video can flip the script, use the same emotional hook but replace terror with truth and panic with preparation. Picture your viewer, a parent scrolling on their phone at midnight, reading rumors that a scientist abroad predicted a huge quake on December 25th. Their heart races. They imagine their kids at the dinner table when the shaking starts. They feel helpless. Now your video appears in their feed with a bold title about December earthquakes. They click expecting more fear, but instead, they hear a calm voice say, "Listen carefully. Nobody can predict an exact earthquake date. Here's what's real, and here's what you can do." That is powerful. Start by walking them through what scientists actually know. Explain that the Philippines has major fault systems, like the Philippine Fault Zone and the Manila Trench, where tectonic plates slowly grind past or dive beneath each other. This slow motion builds stress over years, decades, even centuries, until suddenly that stress is released as an earthquake. Instruments can detect patterns, clusters of small quakes, and changes in the ground, but they still cannot say December 25th at 8:15 p.m. Because of this, professional agencies do not issue exact date earthquake predictions. Instead, they give probabilities, chances of a certain magnitude happening in the next 10, 20, or 50 years in a region. That kind of forecast is useful for governments planning building codes, not for predicting Christmas disasters. Next, address the psychology. Humans are pattern seekers. When something terrible happens on a holiday, our memory highlights that date forever. Even if only one big event happened on December 25th in 50 years, the mind will keep asking, will it happen again this year? Meanwhile, the hundreds of normal, safe Christmases are forgotten. This makes December feel cursed, when statistically, it is just another month. Now, your viewers are listening. Their fear is still there, but they're starting to understand it. This is the perfect moment to shift from "will there be an earthquake on December 25th?" to the only question that truly matters. Am I ready if any day becomes that day? If an earthquake did strike while families are celebrating, who would be safer? The ones who spent December panicking over rumors, or the ones who calmly prepared? Preparation is the one factor people can control, and it does not depend on predictions. Invite your audience to imagine their home right now. Ask them, do you know the safest spot in each room away from windows, heavy cabinets, and falling objects? Is your television secured so it won't topple onto a child? Are your shelves anchored? Your hanging frames fastened properly? Do you have a small emergency kit ready? Water, flashlight, whistle, power bank, essential medicines? Most people will quietly answer no to several of those questions. Not because they don't care, but because fear paralyzed them instead of motivating them. Now talk about the difference between fear and respect. Fear says, what if December 25th is the end, and then does nothing? Respect says, this country is earthquake-prone, so I'll get ready calmly. Respectful awareness is what keeps families alive. Explain clearly that small tremors this December do not automatically mean a huge quake is coming on Christmas. Earthquake sequences are complex. Aftershocks can last for weeks or months after a major event, and sometimes areas stay quiet for long periods before the next big one. But there is no magic countdown. The Earth does not know human calendars. Then tackle the social media side. Tell your viewers if they see a post claiming scientists confirmed a magnitude 8 on December 25th. They should do 3 things. Check the source. Real warnings come from official agencies, not random pages. Look for exact language. Real agencies talk about probabilities and risk, not fixed dates and times. Avoid spreading fear. If it's not from an official source, don't share it. Do not become part of the panic chain. This is where you can add suspense without lying. You can say, could a strong earthquake strike in December? Yes, because it can strike in any month. Could it hit while we eat, sleep, or celebrate? Yes, because earthquakes don't wait for our schedule. That uncertainty is scary, but it's also the reason why preparation is urgent right now, before anything happens. From here, guide them through simple, practical steps they can take today. Practice a 1-minute drop. Cover, hold, drill with the whole family. Choose a safe meeting point outside the house in case you get separated. Store a few bottles of water and some non-perishable food where they're easy to grab. Charge power banks before big gatherings. None of this guarantees safety, but it changes the odds dramatically. And more importantly, it turns powerless fear into action. As you move toward the closing minutes of the video, return to the hook. Remind your audience. This December, especially around the 25th, you will see posts trying to scare you. Some will say a big earthquake is guaranteed. Some will even use fake scientific language. Remember what you heard here. No one can assign an exact date to an earthquake. Not December 25th, not any day. The Earth does not obey viral posts, then deliver the emotional core. What you can control is how ready you are. If nothing bad happens this December, and most likely it won't, to have still made your family safer for every other month to come. And if one day the ground does shake, you will not freeze in terror. You will know what to do, and by turning anxiety into empowerment and hope. This Christmas, don't give your fear as a gift to your family. Give them preparation. Give them knowledge. Give them calm. Because the real miracle is not that earthquakes avoid certain dates. The real miracle is that ordinary people, like you, can choose to be ready long before they strike. Invite them to like, subscribe, and share, not to spread panic, but to kill fake predictions with real understanding.